Do you ever find yourself reaching for a sweater indoors, even when others seem perfectly comfortable? Or perhaps you wake up with a feeling of stiffness in your joints, a certain age highness that takes a little while to walk off. Many of us chalk this up to just another part of getting older, a simple fact of life. We might notice our energy dips in the afternoon or that our hands and feet always seem to be cold. No matter how thick our socks are, we might even find that a simple salad for lunch leaves us feeling bloated and even more tired. These little signs are easy to dismiss one by one, but when you look at them together, they tell a story. It's a story your body is trying to tell you, and it's not just about aging. In traditional Chinese medicine, these are often seen as whispers from your body that its internal fire, its core warmth and energy, is running a little low. This isn't something to be alarmed about, but it is something to listen to. It's a gentle call to action, an invitation to learn how to tend to your inner furnace so you can feel vibrant, warm, and full of life from the inside out. In traditional Chinese medicine, we have a concept called yang qi. Think of it as your body's internal furnace or pilot light. It's the energy that warms you, powers your metabolism, drives your circulation, and keeps all your bodily functions running smoothly and efficiently when your yang qi is strong and abundant. You feel energetic, your digestion is good, your immune system is robust, and you have a natural warmth that radiates from within. Your hands and feet are warm, your mind is clear, and you have the stamina to enjoy your day. But what happens when this internal furnace starts to run low? It's like a house in winter when the thermostat is turned down to 4. A chill sets in that you can't seem to shake. The rooms feel cold and damp. This can manifest as feeling constantly cold, experiencing low energy, and having a slower metabolism. Just as cold pipes can freeze and crack, your joints might feel stiff and achy. Your digestion can become sluggish, like a stove that isn't hot enough to cook food properly, leading to bloating or loose stools. This is what we call yang deficiency. It can be caused by many things over a lifetime: chronic illness, overwork, eating too many cold or raw foods, or simply the natural process of aging. Modern science is beginning to understand this ancient wisdom from a different angle. Research shows how crucial maintaining a stable core body temperature is for optimal enzyme function, metabolic processes, and immune responses. When our circulation is cool or our metabolic rate drops, our cells don't get the oxygen and nutrients they need as efficiently. This can lead to feelings of fatigue, muscle stiffness, and a generally lowered state of vitality. Whether we call it boosting yang qi or improving metabolic function and circulation, the goal is the same: to reignite that essential inner fire that keeps us healthy and vibrant. Consider a woman we'll call Eleanor, a 71-year-old who loved gardening but found herself exhausted after just 30 minutes. She was always cold, wore thick sweaters year-round, and her lower back and knees always ached, especially on damp days. She felt her world was shrinking because she no longer had the energy for the things she loved. From a TCM perspective, her symptoms pointed clearly to a deficiency of both kidney and spleen yang. We didn't suggest a dramatic overhaul. Instead, we started with small, gentle changes. She began swapping her morning glass of cold juice for a warm ginger and cinnamon tea. She started making simple, nourishing soups with root vegetables instead of eating large, cold salads for lunch. She also learned to do a nightly warm foot soak before bed. Within a few weeks, the first thing she noticed was that her feet weren't like ice blocks at night. Then, the persistent ache in her lower back began to soften. Her energy started to return in a slow but steady way. It wasn't a miracle cure, but rather steady progress through consistent care. So how can you start tending to your own internal furnace? It begins with a few simple, powerful strategies that you can weave into your daily life. These aren't complicated or expensive, they are gentle adjustments that honor your body's need for warmth and nourishment. First, and most importantly, is to warm your yang qi with your diet. Think of your food and drink as fuel for your internal furnace. Throwing cold, icy, or raw foods into your digestive system is like trying to start a fire with wet logs. It dampens the flame. Instead, focus on adding warming foods and spices. Start your day with a warm breakfast, like oatmeal with a sprinkle of cinnamon or a bowl of congee. Ginger is a fantastic warming herb. A few thin slices in hot water makes a simple, powerful tea. Spices like cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg, and cardamom are not just for holiday aching. They can be added to your morning coffee, tea, or porridge to add a gentle, consistent warmth to your system. Roasting or stewing vegetables instead of eating them raw also makes them easier for your body to digest and convert into energy. Second, you need to strengthen your spleen. In TCM, the spleen system is like your body's digestive kitchen. It's responsible for taking the food you eat and transforming it into the qi and blood that nourish your entire body. A weak spleen is like a kitchen with a weak stove. It can't process ingredients sufficiently. This leads to symptoms like bloating, fatigue after eating, and loose stools. To support your spleen, eat your meals at regular times in a calm environment. Chew your food thoroughly. Favor naturally sweetened, nourishing foods like sweet potatoes, carrots, winter squash, and whole grains like rice and oats. A simple way to do this is to make a habit of eating warm, cooked foods. A hearty vegetable soup for lunch is far more supportive for a weak spleen than a cold sandwich and a bag of chips. Third, we must nourish the kidney qi. The kidneys in TCM are considered the foundation of all energy in the body. They are like the deep battery reserve or the pilot light for your internal furnace. If the kidney yang is weak, the entire system will lack a fundamental source of warmth. This often shows up as coldness and weakness in the lower back and knees, frequent nighttime urination, and a deep sense of exhaustion. To nourish your kidneys, incorporate foods that are dark in color like black beans, black sesame seeds, black rice, and walnuts, which amusingly look like little brains and are also known to support brain health. Avoiding excessive salt is also crucial as it can burden the kidneys. Fourth, it's vital to promote the circulation of qi and blood. Even if your furnace is working well, the heat needs to be able to travel to every room in the house. If your circulation is stagnant, you might have a warm torso but icy hands and feet. This is like having traffic jams on your body's energy highways. The solution is gentle movement. You don't need to run a marathon. A daily walk, especially in the morning sun, is one of the best things you can do. Gentle stretching, tai chi, or qigong are also wonderful for encouraging smooth flow. A simple self-venous massage of your hands and feet for a few minutes each day can also work wonders to get things moving. Finally, remember to soothe your liver. In TCM, the liver is in charge of the smooth flow of qi throughout the entire body. When you're stressed, frustrated, or worried, your liver qi can stagnate or get stuck. Think of it as an emotional traffic jam. This can block the flow of warmth to your extremities and create a confusing pattern of feeling tense and irritable while also having cold hands and feet. The key here is to find simple ways to relax. This could be deep abdominal breathing for 5 minutes, listening to calming music, or spending time in nature. The goal is to untie the emotional knots so that your body's energy can flow freely once more. Here are 2 simple daily routines you can try to incorporate these principles into your life. They are easy, pleasant, and incredibly supportive for rebuilding your inner warmth. The first is a morning warming ginger and gujube tea. This is a classic combination to gently warm the digestive system and build energy for the day ahead. All you need are 3 to 4 thin slices of fresh ginger and 3 or 4 dried reed dates, also known as gujube. You can find these at most Asian grocery stores. Simply put the ginger and dates into a small pot with about 2 cups of water. Bring it to a boil, then reduce the heat and let it simmer gently for about 15 minutes. The water will turn a lovely golden color. Pour it into a mug and enjoy it first thing in the morning before breakfast. This tea is perfect for anyone who feels cold, sluggish, or has a weak stomach. It gently wakes up your digestive fire. However, if you tend to have a dry mouth, a feeling of heat in the body, or a sore throat, it's best to avoid this for now as the ginger can be too warming. A good self-minus check is to notice how you feel after drinking it. If you feel a gentle warmth spreading through your belly and a subtle lift in your energy, that's a wonderful sign your body is enjoying it. The second routine is an evening warming foot soak. Our feet have an incredible network of acupuncture points that connect to the entire body, especially the kidneys. Soaking them in warm water before bed is a powerful way to warm the entire system, calm the mind, and promote restful sleep. You will need a basin large enough for both feet, comfortably hot water, and a handful of Epsom salts to make it even more powerful. You can add a few slices of fresh ginger or a cinnamon stick to the water. Let them steep for a few minutes to release their warming properties. Soak your feet for about 15 to 20 minutes until you feel a gentle sweat on your brow. This is a sign that your circulation has been activated throughout your body. This practice is wonderful for almost everyone, especially those with cold feet, lower back pain, or difficulty falling asleep. The one major precaution is for individuals with diabetes or nerve damage in their feet, who should consult their doctor and be very careful with water temperature. Avoid this if you have any open sores or infections on your feet. The self-minus check is simple after your soak. Do your feet and your whole body feel comfortably warm and relaxed? Do you feel calmer in sleep, IER? This is a sign that this simple ritual is deeply nourishing for you. One of the most common mistakes people make when trying to improve their health is copying exactly what works for a friend or family member. While well-intentioned, this can sometimes backfire. Traditional Chinese medicine is built on the principle of individual pattern differentiation. This means that two people can have the same symptom, like fatigue, but for completely different reasons. For example, your neighbor might feel fantastic after drinking cooling green tea every day because they have a pattern of excess heat. With your underlying yang deficiency, drink that same tea. It could further dampen your internal fire and make you feel even more tired. It's so important to listen to your own body's unique signals rather than just following a trend. Health is not a one-size-fits-all prescription. If you've been trying some of these warming tips and still don't feel quite right, it doesn't mean you've failed. It just means there may be another layer to your personal health story that needs to be understood. Every small, consistent step you take towards better health is a victory. It's not about making drastic changes overnight. It's about the gentle rhythm of daily care, of listening to your body and giving it the warmth and nourishment it needs to thrive. Be patient and kind with yourself. Your body has a profound capacity to heal and rebalance when given the right support. Send this to someone you care about who always seems to be cold or tired. It might be the gentle nudge they need to start tending to their own inner fire. Have you noticed your body feels colder as you've gotten older? Share your experience in the comments. Comment with the word WARNTH, and I'll share another simple tip for your daily routine. Share this with a friend who loves natural remedies but isn't sure where to start, so they can learn that sometimes the most powerful changes are the simplest ones.